This is what's wild in New Hampshire by wildlife biologist Eric. Hey, I'm in the basement of the New Hampshire Fishing Game headquarters, which they're going to be fixing up shortly for Discover Wild New Hampshire Day, April 16th. Mark that on your calendar. The Discover Wild New Hampshire Day is back, but today I'm here with Conservation Officer Sergeant Heidi Murphy, and this is for Women's History Month. Here we have a woman that has made history in New Hampshire for the New Hampshire Fishing Game Department. She is our first conservation officer, and so far the only. We're going to talk about maybe what ladies and women need to do to maybe backfill Heidi's position when she's no longer here, which will hopefully be a long time from now. I don't know. Anyways, Heidi, tell us a little bit about what you do. And did you start out as a young lady saying, I want to be a conservation officer? How'd you end up with the badge?
That's a good question. I actually am atypical, where I didn't always want to be a game warden since I was 5. I wanted to be like a speed skater
Okay.
first, and then I wanted to be a fighter pilot in the Navy.
Me too.
I had a lot of interests. But biology actually is what I graduated in from St. Lawrence University. And my father was in law enforcement for over 40 years.
Wow.
And so I was drawn to investigation and stuff, but I did not want to be like a regular beat cop. And after college, I had done a little bit of hunter education. Like I worked at a hunter education camp in Vermont, and then taught outdoor education. And so I'm like, well, maybe I should go into the education field. I became a science teacher for 3 years for 8th grade science.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
That was interesting, I bet.
But then at that school, they had a career day, and I was like, I'm going to go to this game warden career thing and just look at it. And it was actually it was Chip Joseph who gave the talk, and I said, that looks pretty fun.
So has it been?
Yeah.
You can admit that it has.
Yeah.
Good
Wicked,
for you.
Yeah.
Wicked fun.
So I studied a lot because there's a lot that I didn't grow up. Like I didn't grow up hunting. I grew up fishing a little bit, but not hunting per se. And so I had a lot of catch up to do. So
Okay.
I studied a lot, passed the test, and passed the physical agility test. And then from there, I've been having a ball ever since.
Wow.
It's been fun.
Now, can you tell me the truth, how long ago that was?
Yes. That was in August of this year. It will be 18 years.
Wow.
So I got hired in 2004.
So time has flown by, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Wow.
it has. Yeah.
Wow.
And I've done my share of different duties. Like currently, I'm a sergeant in District 3, so I have my own patrol again. I started
Nice.
out though in Andover and Salisbury, having that patrol there. I did have 2 children, and so my husband and I'm not gonna lie, it was a struggle to have a game warden lifestyle and have 2 small children, just because you're gone a lot.
Right, you're on call.
Yeah, and so I took a promotion to come in here to headquarters kind of once they became school age. And so I worked here as the administrative lieutenant for 7 years, but then found an opportunity to come back out. Now that they're teenagers, they don't care if I'm around. And so I said, that's a great opportunity for me to go back out in the field.
Get out for some field time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Fun days in the field.
That's right, yeah.
You
So
get
I
up in the
took that-
morning and you decide, this is what I'm going to do today.
That's right.
It's kind of nice to have that independent to make a difference.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you kind of get you get a feel for what people are doing, and you want to be out there when they're out there, and you want to, just make sure everything's going smoothly.
Tell me how those people have changed over your 17-year career. Do you see more women in the field? Do you see more activity? I mean, I'm biased, but I've been around a while. I've been watching wildlife for some 50 years in New Hampshire, but in that wildlife, you also see people interacting. What's going on with the people? Do you see more women in the woods, in
I
the
will
fields?
say that, because District 3 is a very high search and rescue district, we do see lots of women hiking and just out. In terms of hunting, I guess over the 18 years, I have seen more women hunters,
Okay.
but I've also heard less of, there's a woman game warden. I used to hear that a lot when
Okay.
I first went out. Now it's not so much, and I don't know if it's just
It's
because,
become the norm.
yeah, people
Nice.
see it on TV or who knows.
Right.
They've been other places where there's more of them. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
But I hope to get more women into.
So what's your advice to
field.
bring some younger women into the New Hampshire fishing game law enforcement side of things? What do they need to do, and what's the secret to becoming a New Hampshire Fish and Game Conservation Officer?
I guess the secret is, I don't know if it's a real secret, but even, I mean, I want to say that it is, you should have a background of knowledge of what hunting and fishing and trapping is, techniques that people can use. You know, like you should be familiar with recreation and how people recreate. But that doesn't mean that you have to grow up doing it, because I didn't, and here I am. It does mean though that you have to work hard at learning new stuff. So as long as you're open to learning about different types of activities, and if you're willing to try it and just kind of figure it out, it's really fun to just learn something new. So as long as you're open to that and you are perseverant in what you want to do and you're passionate about it, you'll succeed.
A lot of hard work and passion.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and then you have to keep yourself fit. It is a physically fit job. Like you're doing a lot of search and rescue with the, you know, in districts 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
But you're also like, you know, dragging deer and picking up moose and throwing fish out into the rivers. So it's a physical job as well. So you gotta stay physically fit.
And, you know, from the women I've seen out there kayaking, yeah, I
yeah,
think there's a lot of women that would qualify for
Oh,
that.
yeah. Don't sell yourself short. I guess just be confident. Don't sell yourself short and give it a try, because it's worth it.
Yeah. Awesome career. Awesome career.
Yeah.
So tell me a story. I was asking you to pick a story out of your head, and you said, well, there is the moose story. So we gravitated over to the moose here.
Yeah.
I am always interested in a moose story. So we'll have you off to the side. We'll talk moose. Tell us the moose story.
The one moose story that I thought was interesting, just because you had to kind of think outside the box, is a hunter called me up on the phone and said, "Hey, Heidi, I found a moose in a well." I'm like, "Is it alive or dead?" He's like, "Oh, it's alive." And so I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll meet you up there." So it actually was not in my patrol, but close by. So we went up there. It was toward like the Plymouth area. We walk into the woods, and all of a sudden we look down, and I'm like, "Yep, there's a moose."
Oh my God!
It's staring up at me. We're like, "How are we gonna get the moose out?" And so, just because people are great, like you just gotta think outside the box, and there's helpful people everywhere.
Yep.
We were able to kind of call some friends, have like a skidder come over. I don't remember how, but we were able to take the belts of the skidder and wrap it around the arms, not the arms, but under the armpits of the moose, and just lift it up and put it out. Now, unfortunately, we let it sit there for a full day because it was really exhausted, and we had no idea how long it was in there for. So I gave it a full day before we could really determine what to do with it, and then the next day it was still in the same spot. So we did have to put it down, but it was a crazy. You just don't get that call that often. There's a moose in the well, and how do we get it out? And how do
All right,
we
so you never know what call is going to come in, do you? You don't.
No.
But you got to be ready for anything,
You gotta be
including
ready.
a moose in the well.
Yeah, and you gotta solve it. You gotta figure out how can I make this better?
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I wish they had better results, but animals that are, struggle for a long time, they just are debilitated and usually die. They do. Yeah. So humanely dispatching it was the best that could happen in that situation. But so a lot of good times. You're still at it. You're back out in the field. You'll be stalking trout soon.
Very soon.
In secret places.
That's right. Although sometimes I think people know better than I do. Like, I think you should stalk right here.
Here I am back in Fish and Game. I've been gone 15 years, but I'm still weeing it. But you do get plenty of advice, don't you?
Yes, you do. Which is okay. I mean, you do want to put fish where people are going to fish.
Yep.
So it's not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing. So awesome, Heidi. You've made history, and you're going to make history today. You're going to make history tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your hard work in the interview. Good job. Appreciate it. Hey, we'll give her a handshake. And this is Wildlife Biologist Air Corps for What's Wild in the Hampshire.